can completely customize everything on it, but it takes a
Got
little
you.
bit of learning.
Got you. Yeah. We'll talk about it this weekend then. We'll do tomorrow like we did, where I stream on Discord and then you post it up to the YouTube. And
Yeah,
then this weekend we'll figure out what software I gotta download. So Tuesdays and Thursdays I'll stream.
coolio. Because yeah, I've been able to grab your stream from the Discord channel and send it on to YouTube, so that works out great.
Nice.
Can relay it. Okay. Sorry about the screen flashes there. I'm trying to pop a couple windows open, and it does that for some reason. Only on this monitor, and only when I have Webull open. The good news is we're starting to work out the details on that TradingView deal. So very soon, Webull might go away. I might be using TradingView soon.
Woo!
Heck yeah.
Right on.
We'll have all the bells and whistles of TradingView. Plus the ability to trade right on the chart.
Yeah, that's
Yo,
nice.
you could trade on TradingView right now with the free version with Tradeovate.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the free version, doesn't give you much.
Yeah. All right, we're going to hop off this old regression line for a 50% retrace. 412.20 is a target there. That would take us to, well, 4150 for the ES, but I would be a little bit cautious trying to go either side of that. I want to wait for another setup. As we got most of our evening star done here on the 5-minute chart, we wicked right to the base of the open of this green candle. This can be really tricky. Let that candle close. It's got like 10 seconds. But sometimes when you don't have a completion or don't have a third full bar and you get a third instead of being a third bar, it becomes a spinner like this. You don't always get follow through. So you'll get probably up to about the 50% line, which would be about the top of this bar's open. It's not much of a move. It's like, maybe about 2 or 3 ticks. I would rather wait for this to become where you get the 2 spinners pull back to support, and sometimes you'll get an end pattern out of this. You'll get, the left leg of the end, the middle, and then the right leg. It's not a very solid pattern. You don't always get those end patterns. When you do, they're almost always unexpected. So watch our 5-second chart. We can see where we're expecting a consolidation. And right now we're back to an old regression line. We're down in the lower division channel. I'm going to take off a couple of these so maybe I can draw more later. And this is looking more like a bearish 1-for-1 so far. But let that 5-minute candle close. This is one where you just would rather be hands off and wait for a better setup.
Wait for the good pitches.
That's right. They do come.
They sure do. That was one of the first things I learned when I was trading, is what got me out of trading options and into trading futures was waiting for those times. You don't have to wait as long with the options. I mean, it's better if you do, especially if you're selling premium.
Right.
But with futures, if you just wait, the setups will just appear, and you almost can't lose.
Yeah.
But if you try too hard, it's not even about over trading, because some days I can take 100 trades, and that's not necessarily over trading. Other days I might take 2.
Yeah. Most days
And I
I'll
may
take
make
100
the same amount
trades.
of money. It's a matter of how hard I work at it.
Right. And that's the thing. You can try too hard. You can become sweaty in this, and
Yep.
that is what's going to burn you
Everybody
more
has
than
to go
anything.
through that too, to figure out what's too much for them.
Right. You got to find your happy place as far as that goes.
Yeah, I called it the Goldilocks. Not too hot, not too cold.
So this is not the greatest setup, but we're still set up for a bearish 1-for-1. But we've already breached into another subline, so I'm going to let this shake out. I'm a little bit leery of this because this can go and continue to run a bullish 1-for-1. Look at the 1-minute chart. We got leg, consolidate, 50% retracement's been met. Our target's still up here at 413. And that still takes us to 41.58 on the ES. So let it shake. Let this thing give us a signal on whether we're going to run back up or not. I don't want to try to be ahead of that. I want to be in that. And Webull is really pushing the referrals right now. They're often like a
Oh, they must be doing good.
whole bunch of free shares of stuff. If you refer one person, you get like up to 20 free shares with the spin of some stupid prize wheel, or pick a card
That's pretty
game or whatever the
cool.
hell. That's
Make
kind of
your own
cool,
new
but
account.
yeah, yeah, you could.
By the way, Apex, I think, is doing half price resets or whatever in case you do blow up your Apex account. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Boo! It's no 90%. Boo!
The reset fee. So it's
So
only $50 to reset it. But
Yeah.
don't reset it
No,
if you
it's
have
good.
less than whatever the minimum number of days is to trade, because that doesn't make any sense to do that.
right.
Although, if you got that deal where it was 90% off and then 80% off, just keep it and
Yeah, just
reset
keep the
it.
80.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
'Cause it's just cheap.
Very,
I let
very
all
cheap.
of mine renew when they're that cheap. I just I let the pressure completely go. If I can make $50 a day in those accounts, I know over the course of 60 trading days, I'll make $3,000.
Yep.
And after that, I can start taking $1,000 a month out of each one. And it's just set it and forget it.
That's it.
I have 25 of those guys.
Nice.
So I have 15 funded and 10 more that are right there. So that's $25,000 a month, making $50 a day in the MES.
Not bad.
Money. Good job.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
we're
a very
looking.
low.
We got 3 lows in this little consolidation here on that regression line. Watch for a quick stop hunt to the 5-second 200 here. And if it starts blasting a wick there, expect it to pull back, test support, and then rip.
We might just be getting into this. We're going to hang out at 4150 until the FOMC.
Probably. All right, here comes your pullback to test support. Didn't wick up, but it did give us another support test. This is where you got 3 tests on base support, or this is where you call it a basing pattern. And either it'll break out to the upside or it will break over as a bear flag after this test. So that's where you're a little bit cautious. You don't want to go long or short until you see an actual breakout happen. And because it rejected the 200 period, it's actually more likely to be a bear flag. So let's look at the 1 minute chart. Big wick under the 8 period. We want to see a candle close with a bar through that 8 period for a reversal to come and test the 20 period one more time before we can trust that for a trend reversal. Otherwise, this can be a bear flag, break over, give you a bearish 1-for-1, and we end up at like 411.45, which would be 41.42 on the ES. So like I said, just be a little bit more nimble than you would on any other day.
Extra nimble.
FOMC later too, don't forget.
Yep,
FOMC
2 o'clock.
And Powell 2:30. Yep. FOMC, isn't FOMC just last meetings, what's it called, documents, and then 4:30 is when he announces if there's going to be a rate hike?
No, he'll give
Oh, I'm thinking of minutes.
yeah, first it's his speech, but the real important thing is when they go through the minutes when they're released, or the
Right.
interview after when he starts speaking.
Yeah,
That's when you want to, because they're wanting to know, is this actually a pause, and then
Right.
that means rally to the highs, or are they still thinking about another rate hike in June, which
Right.
market may tank on that. So
All right, 1-for-1 is done.
one.
Watch for a quick rip for 50% retracement. So we got another subdivision here is what we're seeing. Rejection there would continue right on down. Damn, it's giving me that fits with my drawings issue again. Yay.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Hey, good morning, good morning. Hey, we got that what's it called? That journaling channel in Learn to Trade.
I seen your message. Amazing.
Hell yeah, man. See that? We all stuck together. We got our picket fences and we got it going.
Power
Nice.
to the people.
Power to the
Right.
people. Yes, sir.
I like it.
We aim to please, so, you know, you never have to. Shouldn't ever have to force a hand here, but hey, it's still fun to rally. As long as we're not burning it down while we do it, you know. I don't want to get political. Don't go down that road.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, question while I got you all in here. Do any of you use any of the bot rooms here? Just
No.
curious.
To be honest, no.
Yeah, no, okay. All right. I was just talking to Lucian yesterday. We're trying to think of ideas to try to make the Discord a little cleaner. I had a thought that maybe we should take the bots here and move them into a separate Discord and make that like a separate package of Bullish Bears or something
Right.
for those who do use it. But I just figured maybe that could clean up some space, you know?
I mean, bots are great for finding, you know, trade ideas. Don't get me wrong, but like, price action is
They won't
what
make a trade for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
price action is what fuels us here.
exactly.
All right,
Yeah.
full on move. Look for support right around here.
Check
411.30.
Algo Flow Wizard. Let me see. Which one's that under? Algo Flow. There's a few. You know what I do? I mute the channels that I don't use so I don't get the notification every time something pops up. And for the ones I do use, the sweeps. Oh, right. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Yeah, the sweeps, the quant data alerts. I'd say the golden sweeps and the unusual options are the two that I will go back to. Stuff for options, that's good too. What was the other one I used the other day? The bullseye one, I think, is good for giving you like swing trade ideas. Like it gave Amazon and Nvidia a couple weeks ago. It said bullish on Amazon, bearish on Nvidia, so it clearly doesn't have a bias in direction.
No.
But
Hey, there's
it's alright. Scalper bot, social bot. I don't know about that one, but stock breakout, that could be a good one. It's good for penny stocks as well because it scans the volume and volatility.
we might have a little Wu-Tang here and run back up to 411.80, but we got to break this resistance first.
Hey, don't bring the ruckus.
Well, we got a little 1 minute hammer here, so I'm kind of watching maybe a quick retrace.
Damn it, time.
Give that some time to work out. If that gives
God
us a
bless you.
quick, that's a throat clear. Sorry.
Oh my god.
I don't know why it sounds like sneezing on your end. I clear my throat
Yeah,
like a
fix
lot
your-
because my
Fix your throat clearing. No.
my voice gets beat up every day being here. So
Oh,
Yeah.
that'll do it.
like I find myself on the phone half the afternoon and just by about 1 o'clock sometime my voice just cracks and I can't talk anymore. I have to just shut up and drink some tea and some honey and lemon and
I'm a nap in the afternoon ever since I lived in Portugal and I experienced siesta. I was like, oh,
Right.
yeah. Take a break in the afternoon. If I can actually take a nap, I'm good for another like 8 hours.
the siesta life. No kidding.
Mhm.
All right, we're right at that line. Wu-Tang, this is target 1 on a double bottom. And this is a rising double bottom. These can be vicious. Right at target
They
1,
have the best life in
411.70.
Europe.
Right. But when they do fail, they usually will test about the median, which is about halfway between L2 and H1, like it is right now, and it'll fake one way and rip the other way, or sometimes they'll just break over and dump. So this is a very tricky spot to try and trade.
I have one little MES short on here.
See, it tested the median. We got a wick into it. And we're back to the line. Boom. R1. And then target 1. Now, this is where we'll get our breakout signal where it'll either A, give us a 1-for-1 up here, or B, it will flatten out and consolidate here along this trend line. I'm thinking it'll likely give us the 1-for-1. Watching that 5-minute candle grow, and it's got 2 minutes left on it. We got a 1-minute bar right through the 8 period and the 200 period after that double bottom, likely to finish that move. So that would be a quick target for about 41.47 on the ES. After that, I would wait for the next setup.
All right, was that a throat clear or was that a sneeze? 'Cause
That was a-
sounded very sneezy.
That was a throat clear.
All right.
That was throat clear. Come
Yeah.
on, Kevin.
Hey, I know my stock market. I don't know my sneezes and throat clears, apparently.
All right. I will try to hit my mute button for throat clears from now on. That'll probably be better.
No,
That'll
you don't have to. It's fine. I'll just stop saying bless you. I just hope
Eh,
you
it's
never
okay.
sneeze again.
I don't mind. I don't mind being blessed. Then when I sneeze, everyone's quiet. Was that a throat clear?
Yeah, right.
That whole
Excuse you. We'll be saying, excuse you.
crying wolf thing.
We'll say next time.
So it didn't quite reach that target up here. We wicked off of 41.4650. Didn't quite hit the 41.47 target. That doesn't necessarily mean it's unfinished business, but look, we came back, tested this trend line. Now we got back down, 50% retracement. What's likely to happen after that consolidation? Sometimes we'll break after a couple more 1-minute bars, but look what we have here. Bar, top, we have a 3-bar setup, so our support for that's going to be about 411.58. Bottom of this bar here. So sometimes you can get a quick rip to retrace the 3rd bar right up to about a penny under it. So like 411.76 would be SPY on the next 1-minute candle. This has got 10 seconds left. Let it finish first. It'll tell you if it's going to do a 3-bar or not. Looking like it's not. You can also get the end pattern out of this still, even though you got 2 hammers here. End pattern would take us up to 412.05. That might resume that move to 41.47. Very tricky setup to trade here. If you're new at it or you haven't messed with these, trading a few seconds at a time, literally, don't mess with it. 5-minute, look at this, Morningstar, almost complete. Let that stew a minute. Mullen's kind of coming right back down from almost 9 to almost 8. We'll see if this thing bounces around 8. If you're into penny stocks, this is mostly for practicing price action, and I've been mostly ignoring it this morning because I've been pretty focused on SPY, as you may know.
Yo, check out the 90-minute on NQ right now. I'm sure it would probably look the same on like a 1 hour or 2 hour, but it's a very, very nice basing candle. If we do close around here, only thing is this 90-minute opened at 10, so we got like over another hour to close on this candle. I'll send a little screenshot. I'm just marking up NQ right now. I posted ES. I'm gonna mark up NQ, do the same thing.
Throw Q on. 90-minute, let's see here. I don't think I have a 90-minute. I got a 1 hour. Somewhere. There it is. So we got the little double bottom kind of reach. Can we complete the mission all the way to 322 on Q? I'm not as interested in Q as I am in SPY at the moment.
Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah, your comments earlier, just a few minutes ago, about Mullen and just indicating about practicing price action. What exactly am I looking at here? What do you mean by that?
So,
Because right now I'm just seeing it just kind of tumble, but
we've got a bearish 1-for-1. So we've got this guy in the pre-market down is leg 1. This is accumulation. made a 50% retrace, stayed in the range, went for another 50% retrace. This is like 2, so we'd expect support right around 8 cents. And the practice would be catching those 50% retracements. So as you see this 1 minute chart come back through that 8 period, oftentimes you can get a little scalp. So if you take half of this leg and literally just draw a little segment line at about halfway, you can get a quick target. So yeah, you're trading like tenths of a cent here. Like 3/10 of a cent is about what you get out of that trade. But the idea is if you're only trading a couple shares of this, you're not going to worry if it goes to 0 or gets delisted in 5 minutes. So you can go and trade these for practice on price action just like you would with trading SPY. Same price action, just a lot cheaper to learn. So watching for this break above the 8 period. If it stays under the 8 period, this thing can trend, right down past that 8 cent mark. But in the meantime, if it does give you a setup that you can actually trade, you can take a quick bullish trade on that.
I hear you. Okay.
So it's mainly, I call penny stocks for practice because yes, it is learning price action the hard way, but at the same time, if you're just trading a few shares of it, it's cheap and you get the experience with real money. Not saying you would do the same exact trading style with big money, but the idea is you learn the process. Here comes that push right there. That was a throat clear.
No, don't worry. You're not getting a single bless you today. That's it.
All right.
So
Nice.
you're out on that one, huh, Kevin?
Yeah.
So watch this follow
That's
through.
it. Aaron
Yeah, I'm
gets the
watching.
rest of my bless yous.
Thank
Tweezers,
you.
tweezer top on SPY here. Watch this 8 period and 20 period convergence here. Sometimes you'll get it rolling back over after a tweezer top like this. So just be cautious. No position yet here. We could finish that move all the way up to the top of liquidity. We could maybe even make the move to 413 and stop there. But what's the likely scenario? Well, the market is going to wait all stinking day till 2 o'clock and then make some big moves. So this is expected to consolidate all day long in this range. So I would say between 413 and 411 is fair range. If you look at the pre-market, we had that gap up. Right here it wicked just outside of that range, but it still kind of stayed in there. So expect this consolidation. Upper limit would be up here at about 415. Lower limit, if it breaks out of that range, well, we were there yesterday, 407.80, right at the top of the next liquidity zone. FOMC is going to be volatile as hell,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
definitely be prepared for volatility there. And I mean, I've seen like 5-second candles that stripe an entire range. It happens. So unless you get into something where you're trading the volatility sweep up to then, where you're getting in on price action for 0 days, if you catch them right, you can make a really quick killing on a condor or a strangle.
Mhm.
But you want to make sure you mitigate risk if you're doing that, because sometimes you'll get FOMC leading up where the implied volatility just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing, and then it ends up being a nothing burger. You just stay sideways and burn time.
Really not. Yeah, options have not treated me well in those environments. Futures are better for me in that situation.
Right. So, I was looking at Wasted Wizard's comment there on the bots. Yeah, algo flow is pretty useful. Quant data is pretty useful. I don't really pay attention to it with price action because I can kind of stay focused on what I focus on anyways. But the sweeps, those are valuable to me because I know something about sweeps that is a little bit counterintuitive to what most people would think about sweeps. A lot of times when people see those big, huge options positions swinging around, you got to remember there's a buyer and a seller, and there is somebody originating those contracts. So oftentimes when you're looking to generate income by selling options to open, you're going to end up thinking like one of these institutions. So how am I going to hedge my position and generate income from it while the market becomes volatile? I'm going to sell options. I'm going to sell a lot of options if I have a massive position, right? So if you see those sweeps, just keep that in mind. Like when you see, oh, unusual put activity on so-and-so, go look at the chart. The price action will tell you what's likely to happen. If there's a good setup there and you see a bullish setup and you see a whole bunch of people selling puts just below support, know that that's probably someone's income strategy taking place. That's all. So when you see those big sweeps, be aware of the price action, because the price action is not going to lie to you. Those sweeps are just kind of like dangling a carrot in front of options traders, and a lot of people will be like, oh, somebody bought 10,000 put options at this strike. I'm going to go buy one too. That's just a trap. So look at the price action first. It is great to know where those sweeps are, though, because sometimes you can go and sell into them. All
Hey,
right.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Are people able to contact us through our Bullish Bears email?
They can if they have them. And
Okay.
it's just our name at bullishbears.com.
Yeah, that's because it's just, I was gonna say it's that simple. So I was thinking of when I post one of the social media things, at some point I might be like, if you got any questions on supply demand, contact me at kevin.bullishbears.com or whatever.
So if you did something like that on social media, just be aware you're going to get flooded. There's going to be a lot of,
Good point.
yeah.
But you know what? That could be good.
And some majority of that
Are
can
you-
be spam on social
Are
media.
you in charge of the Facebook social media?
So we all pitch in around here on the for our socials and stuff, for social medias, Facebook, Twitter, and things like that. There's a certain app we use that when we post to it, it automatically posts our Twitter and Facebook, so we're not copying and pasting back and forth.
Right.
But I try to make sure I'm posting at least 2-3 times a day my supply demand key levels and stuff like that, what I'm watching, VIX, things like that. It's pretty good. If you guys turn on the Twitter notifications, we don't post often in it, so it's not like you would blow up your phone too bad. I post in it, Sig posts in it.
Yeah,
Jeremy
like
posts
Elon
in it.
Musk hit me up every 3 minutes.
Yeah, it
Well,
wouldn't be like that.
if you told me you put your alerts on, then maybe I would post a lot more. Just
I do have them on. I get my Twitter posts constantly.
do you? That's
I do.
cool. Nice.
Ever since he bought it, I'm actually interested in what people say there.
Yeah.
That's cool. Very
Same.
cool.
Whoa.
I deleted my Twitter account a while back.
The only reason I asked is because
My shorts off. Sorry.
The only reason I asked is because someone messaged me from Bullish Bears
Yeah.
yesterday on Facebook.
That's the thing. We will never message you.
So that's a fake account, right?
Almost
Yeah, I heard about
always.
that.
Yep.
But it looks like it's connected to your actual page, because I was looking at it
Yeah.
yesterday.
What happens is we try like hell to screen everybody when we allow them to add to the group when they're requesting to join the group. Sometimes you'll get one that sneaks by, and what happens often, and it's a freaking horrible thing. I swear there's hackers that will watch the obituaries and they will fish accounts of dead people. So they have an account history, so there's posts in there and stuff. And then suddenly they'll change the profile picture or something. And it'll always be like 2 days ago. They'll change the profile picture and then post nothing, and then all of a sudden they post a bunch of crap. And then they'll go get allowed into a group, and then they will change their name to the group name and start harassing people with scams and all sorts of stuff. Like, give us, 0.05 Bitcoin, we'll give you 0.2 Bitcoin back or something like that, or whatever,
Paying Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been a victim of that. Yeah.
They're assholes. I hate them with passion, and I'd love nothing more than to
grandma
jump in a
too.
jet, fly around the world, and kick the crap out of them. But that's just me.
Yo, I always say, like, if they work
Style, Jeremy, I like it.
if they worked this hard on a real job, then they did
Right?
scamming. They'd be doing
Exactly.
great.
I think
Exactly.
the problem is they don't have real jobs wherever they
Oh,
are.
that's
Yep.
definitely it. Or they.
Well, it
they'll
seems like
not
they
even
just
know.
this is their job.
Yeah.
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 But like that takes, as scummy as it is, it takes some type of brain, some type of something to put it together, like the horrible stuff they're doing.
Oh
But
yeah.
to go that complex to put that much thought process into how am I going to scam these people? What am I going to say? What will I say if they say this? Like,
Yep.
just get a real job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that effort somewhere else where you're not scamming people out of their hard-earned money.
Oh,
Yeah.
with the advent of remote work, you know, a lot of
Mhm.
stuff can be outsourced because you can work online from anywhere in the world. We can
So
trade
this
from anywhere in the world.
person, so this person messaged me on Facebook, but they did a comment on one of my pictures,
Hmm.
and they just said, "Hey, sir," and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is weird.
It's your first clue, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
I'm not
weird. I think they tried to contact me before, but I'm just double checking because right now it's just I know there's scams everywhere.
Oh yeah. No, and they're assholes. I hate them all with passion. And sometimes, like, I'll go on my personal account on them, and I'll comment back to them, be like, nice fake account, dumbass," right in front of everybody. I don't care. I'll stir that pot. They want to attack me. I know some people.
Yeah, the bullish bears are going to run up on them.
Yep. I will be an anti-hacker. I don't care. I will not be a victim in my own country.
We got Bud. Is Bud still around?
He's still around somewhere. I haven't seen him in the stream for a couple days here. He might be busy.
So, Jeremy, as things, this interaction between Bullish Bears and TradingView, once you consummate that the deal, or how do you announce that to the community? Is that going to be through
So what they'll do is
the Discord, or
they'll give us an affiliate link, and we'll basically post it on our site. We'll put it in a Discord, pretty much everywhere we can. And usually what they'll offer is like some sort of incentive, like they'll give you a nice percentage discount for the members, stuff like that. And it just becomes like an affiliate deal, but it's a little bit more than that for us because we're going to try to use their software as our main presentation software. Also, Lucian has been posting a whole bunch of instructional videos on how to use it, so that's been very helpful as well.
okay?
So it's also one of the other things.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, and they have a vast. I mean, if you get into their premium accounts, they have a vast wealth of information you can get your hands on from that. Not just like quant data and stuff, but like stuff from like social media. Basically, you kind of have sort of like ChatterQuant built into it, so to speak. It's kind of similar. They can go and catch a bunch of sentiment and give you what people are thinking. So that's kind of cool to be able to access that.
What I like about TradingView is the charting, of course.
Yeah, the
but
charting's awesome.
They have how can I explain it? So they have an option on there that you can replay the action that's happened during the day.
Yep.
So let's say you did a trade and it didn't go your way, you can replay. You can just cut out that little section, and it replays, and you can go over the trade and see if you can do a better trade and stuff like that. I think that's very, very helpful.
So, Ricardo, do you have an account with them right now?
Yes, I have. I'm with TradingView, and I have the highest account there. I pay like close to 90 American a month.
Yeah, it's
Which
expensive.
is pricey. It's pricey, but for me, it's an investment.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand. Yeah.
How is the highest subscription? What's the difference? It's funny. I was just googling that last night. I was trying to get into that.
Things you
The-
can see and how many what do you call it? Indicators and things you can have on your chart.
Yeah, I saw
That and I think the main reason people get the premium. Well, for me, the reason I got the highest one is the 10-second charts.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they'll do 10
Gotcha.
second, 30 second, 5 second, all those charts. You can even get 1 second charge. So that for me is important.
Oh my god, that'd make me sick. A 1 second chart.
Not me.
Yeah, I know not you, Jeremy. You Mr. 5-second chart over here.
I'll
I'm trading on the 15 millisecond chart.
yeah.
Oh my
I'll show you something really neat real quick here. Let me
I'm
go
trading
to
on
a
the
1
1
second
tick
chart.
chart. As soon as an order's filled, my chart changes.
You want
I'm
to
trading. I'm trading on the blink chart. I blink my trade.
you want to check this out just for a second on the 1 second if you're watching my feed here. You get kind of noise on the regular candles, right? But it is actually tradable if you run HA candle. You can see a quick shift, and you can catch 2 or 3 ticks at a time on the ES running a 1 second chart. It is possible with HA candles. In fact, it's quite easy with HA candles because you can see where the trend changes are very readily. See, look here, we got a bearish 1-for-1 setup right out of here. Bam.
Ticks. I don't use the candles anymore. I'm just watching the price action on the DOM. And I can just drag my stop right behind the price action until I get stopped out. I got 11 ticks on that move down.
That's what I was gonna ask about TradingView. The DOM. The DOM, it only shows the orders like at the bid and ask. It doesn't show how many orders are sitting above and below.
You have to ask for depth the market data. I don't know if they provide that.
I've tried the DOM. I can't give you a
Tradeovate has that if you were grandfathered in. If not, you have to pay is $59 a month.
What
Right.
about
Yeah,
TradingView?
So for TradingView, I've used the
I
DOM,
don't know.
but I can't give you a straight answer because I'm not connected to my interactive. So right now I'm paper trading. When I connect my interactive brokers and I start live
Because I know
trading,
Sig has this thing where he talks about cut and reverse, right?
Right.
yeah, I seen
Yeah.
that video.
So you forget about the chart and you look at the dome, and you set up the dome in 3 different ways, whatnot, and you look at those stacking of orders right there.
Hey, I'll be right back.
So right now, because I'm
I think
paper
he
trading,
made a video on it.
yeah. So right now I'm paper trading, and the DOM doesn't look right to me. So I don't know if it's because it's not connected to my interactive brokers data. So I really can't give you a straight answer there. But I want to use the DOM as well. Yes.
Yeah, it's cut and reverse, you know.
Amy, how long have you been trading the DOM?
Man, I
Here.
should have held my short with my call. Sorry, Aaron.
No problem. Did you hear me, Amy?
Yeah, about 5 years.
About 5 years?
Yeah, I actually have a few training videos as well on our other site, the group that I've helped found. There's a ton of information if you want to learn how to trade the DOM over there.
Okay, so that's the place that you can just go out to the internet, for example, and do some search. Google.
Well, Jeremy,
Or
am
you
I
have
allowed
some.
to share that? I don't want to step on toes.
I think he stepped away.
Yeah,
Oh.
Jeremy stepped away.
I don't want to promote other websites if
No,
we're.
I don't. I understand.
You could DM him. It's okay. We're all here to
Yeah.
help each other. No problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, I had a tickle in my throat.
I understand.
Sneeze or are you vomiting? What is that?
That was just a tickle in my throat. I don't know what you're talking about.
Tradingresearchgroup.com.
Okay. Thank you.
My goal one day is to set up. I've been saying this for 3 years now, but I want to build my own website. But it with a series of basically more of a financial planning type thing. You know how to assess your overall life situation, your goals, and then incorporate investing and trading into that, and do like a 52-week workshop, every weekend, kind of 52 weeks. That's my idea, and I just haven't made the time to put that together. I'm working on my Series 3 license and potentially putting together a hedge fund, but that's also work in progress. That's the most boring thing to study for.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a few balls up in the air there.
Along with getting my license for judging the horse show thing, and breeding
Yeah.
2 mares, and then married to a Navy guy who's we never know where we're gonna live next year. So
Right.
So your hands are a little full, is what you're
a
saying?
little bit.
I bet your life's a little busy, just a
Yeah.
tad.
Are
Just
there
a tad.
kids involved?
No, my daughter's 32 this year, so
Okay. Well, that's she's independent, so yeah, the two of you, right? And the horses.
the horses and our fur baby. We have a Yorkie poo.
Ah, okay.
Aw. Oh, I got a dog. Send a picture of your dog. I'll send a picture of my dog. Everybody send a picture of your pet.
I got
That
Well, I can't participate in that one.
Yeah.
All
pet?
right.
I got a
No.
couple pictures of my pet, but he's always moving, so like almost all the pictures I take of him are blurry.
Always
DK
moving and
loud and
farting,
funny, bro.
apparently.
Yeah, that too. He does fart a lot.
Oh, look at that little
Okay.
fur baby. How cute.
Oh, she's adorable.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Have you seen that
Oh.
YouTube meme where the guy's like does the Adele song Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
That she looks just like her. Oh, that's so cute.
All right.
Let's see.
So you see where you can get a couple of ticks out of every little swing on this 1 second chart with
Yeah, I was
HA
watching
candles.
that 1 second chart. That's making me dizzy.
Yeah.
Just my style.
Just his style. He likes to jump on a Ferris wheel and crank it up all the way.
Oh,
My
As
God.
long as it doesn't
God,
fly
that
off
makes
the,
sense.
as long as it doesn't fly off the
I
bearing
love
and
the Angry
roll
Bird
into the
thing.
sea.
Yeah,
Nice.
thanks, Ironclad.
So we had to wear those stupid masks in California.
Oh.
I was living in California during COVID, and it was a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
But I got a mask with that face. It was the Angry
Oh,
Bird
my
face. I
Goodness.
was like, there you go.
My-
I'll wear this stupid thing, but I'm going to be making a face at you the whole time.
You've
That's
all
funny.
seen Alien, right?
Yes.
My wife got one with a face sucker on it.
Oh, nice. I love it.
That was awesome. She also got one with a ball gag that got a lot of attention. That was kind of funny.
Hilarious.
It's like if we're gonna be
Ah,
forced to wear
see
these
that
dumb
face.
things, we're gonna be making some fun of this whole situation. Why not?
Well, it is super sad. A lot of people died. My daughter's
Yeah.
stepmother died from complications. Well, they sent her home. She had COVID and she couldn't breathe, and they kept sending her home, and she died. And it was like, what the
Oh
hell?
my god. That's
I know.
It's ridiculous.
And
That's
she's
Yeah.
younger than me, and I'm like, okay, that just shouldn't happen. There's a lot of that went on. It just shouldn't happen.
Right when it was coming
Wow.
around, like I was having cardiac issues, and unknown to me, I probably had already had COVID and didn't
Mhm.
know the year prior. So I started getting these palpitations and just tachycardia over and over and over again. And then after that diagnosis, they came out with the vaccine. And I'm like, well, looking at the side effects of the vaccine, it was causing heart issues. So I'm like, well, I don't want to have an existing heart condition and go take a vaccine and possibly make
Yeah.
it worse. That might kill me. So I refrained from getting vaccinated, and here I am now. Every once in a while, I still have tachycardia, and then I did a lot of my own research and realized, hey, at the time, my cardiologist had prescribed me metoprolol to control the tachycardia. Well, in that scenario, that stuff does work, but I did a little reading and looked into long COVID symptoms, and some independent research was like, oh, well, some people were able to combat this by increasing their sodium intake. That's weird. So I literally
That is
put a
weird.
teaspoon of salt in some water and chugged it, and instant relief of tachycardia. I'm not kidding. I was like,
Huh.
whoa,
Really?
this is weird. So, it's just kind of it's a situation where like
Potassium and magnesium
Yep.
supplement on a regular basis too.
Yes, electrolyte's good for you, but potassium you got to be careful with if you have long
Yeah.
COVID because that can actually make tachycardia worse.
Right,
So
'cause it's a contractor, yeah.
right. So yeah, it's a big mess. But I mean, long
That's
story short,
amazing.
you learn some stuff. So I'm gonna go back to a 5-second chart over here because this is getting a little bit whippy. That's hard to trade on a 1-second chart when you got volatility like this.
Oh,
Where am
I
I?
just had a couple of my.
And
Hey, it looks like
switch.
we got a new person, Rufian. I don't know if he's in the chat right now, but if we could all go give him a nice little warm welcome, even if you drop a
Oh.
little Bullish Bears logo on it.
I think that's Ruffian.
Ruffian. It's not Roofies, it's Ruffian. I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
that makes more sense.
Yeah, it looks like a
Hey.
Ruffian.
We broke out of the liquidity zone, guys. Watch this 5-minute candle close. If this closes a full bar here and
Spy's moving.
starts a reversal here, cool. But if not, we can expect it to run down to 409. I was a little bit off my game there. Oh, what a cutie.
Yeah,
that
that's
was in,
adorable.
Lake
Absolutely.
Tahoe.
I was going to say, that doesn't look like West Virginia or Virginia.
No, Lake Tahoe. That
Looks
was
like-
a couple years ago.
Looks
She
like the
goes
Sierras.
everywhere with me. She's a little bit like Where in the World is Waldo.
Ah,
I've got a
What's her
picture
name?
of her everywhere.
Aw.
we'll put the Carmen San Diego hat on her.
Yeah, you can see in the other one she's in my lap in the car because she's got to be wherever I am.
That's a show I bet many people have forgotten about, but it really dates me.
Right. Yeah. Carmen San Diego. That is
That is ancient.
right. Back when the world wasn't quite so crazy. Of course, that's what our parents said too. We
Yeah,
sound
yeah.
old.
To sound
Ooh.
dated, yep.
Has the world just always been crazy and it's just been hitting new levels?
Pretty much.
I think that we're just bouncing off of crazy and going lower.
Yep. Look at that hammer on the
We hit that
5-minute,
crazy
right
level.
on the 200. And I bet
Hammer
the
on the-
body stays right on the lower edge of this liquidity zone. And here we are, reversal, instantaneous on the 1-minute. Look for a 50% retracement right back up to 411.20. That puts us at about 41.40 on the ES. So looks like we're good for a quick little 1-for-1. I'm in.
My ES short from earlier this morning worked out, paid me. I like those.
Yeah, look at that 5 minutes.
0 day to expiries.
Bam.
If you pick a good spot, yeah, you set it and forget it. They're cheap enough that if they don't work out, no big deal. And if they do, they're pretty lucrative.
Oops. I made a quick little scalp on that little 1-for-1.
And you know that TQQQ trade that I've been doing, kind of the wheel thing, has
Yeah.
been phenomenal.
Nice.
I'm gonna be loading the truck up on that biatch.
That was a quick little 1-for-1. I like that.
Nice. Hey, good move, Jeremy.
Thank
What is that, 5 second?
Yeah, it's 5-second.
You crazy, man. That's cool.
Crazy.
Crazy. That's cool, though.
And then I wanted to follow up on that practice stock over here. Look at this. Followed through, went within range bar here, even peaked at range bar here. Whenever you see big bars in a trend, you can mark them as targets. Just set a pivot line on them for all you care. And what is this? Half a penny? What is that? About 6% return if you had some size on this? That's what it is. It's just learning how to use your price action to take trades that are profitable. And if you ignore the money and pay attention to percentage instead, even these stocks can really pay you if you're really good at it. And if you learn price action on penny stocks, you rarely want to short them. Most of the time you're looking for bullish setups. They're really easy to spot, but hard to trade. You got to figure out where your targets are. But when you learn that price action, it really gives you a great ability to trade these little short-term charts that I look at with SPY and Q and MES and ES. So it's all relative to what I learned trading penny stocks. But I can nail penny stocks anytime I look at them. That's just like shooting fish in a barrel to me anymore. Once you get to that level, you can really have a much easier time being disciplined in trading price action on futures or large caps or anything with price action, it becomes a lot easier to spot that price action and make really quick decisions on your trades.
Hey, Ruffian, right? Is that what we said it was pronounced?
Yeah.
Ruffian?
Looks like.
He joined the. I see he joined the Discord. Just want to say what's up. Welcome, welcome.
You're
And
welcome.
you got any questions? You just let us know. Don't feel like you can't talk or anything. Message in here, talk in here, whatever you want, wherever.
Welcome, welcome, and yeah, feel free to get on voice with us and use your push to talk and say howdy. Aaron, I think you might have the chipmunk thing going on again. I thought I heard you comment there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Ruffian, I saw that post of the dog. You better put that back.
One of these days, Aaron, it would make our day if you start singing "Christmas Time" by the Chipmunks when it does that.
Oh my.
That would be awesome.
Just saying. Sometimes you gotta enjoy the situation as annoying as it can be. Have some humor.
It's great. Yo, Ruffian, what do you trade? Do you trade futures, options, equities? Are you new to trading? Have you been trading for a bit?
All right, we're back to the bottom of the liquidity zone. This is a wait and see moment. I did get the tiny little scalp there for like, oh gosh, 3 ticks. But I'm going to wait here on this to retrace either a double bottom here or a breakover in a 1-for-1.
So did I. I scalped it that way down.
Nice. That was a quick push right off that 200 period, right off that fan line, and bam, right down. We've got 2 deviation lines I want to add here, but I want to make sure it's going to cooperate before I do. Let me get rid of some of these. I don't want to overload it. And that's the other thing with TradingView. The drawing is almost as simple as it is on Webull, so I can get that a lot more efficiently. Run that extension. Let's see, we got one here. And we got a deviation outside to here. That makes this our regression line currently. And you'll see me changing these colors all day long.
Got you. I got you, Ruffian. That's cool. It's all right. So new, but not new. You've dipped your toes in the trading field. Some of the ups and downs and stuff. So you're not like blank slate. That's good.
Nanu. Sorry, I had to say it.
Yeah, well, you definitely found the right Discord. This is a great Discord, full of good traders, full of good members, full of people that are just willing and here to help each other learn and help each other grow. So, came to the right spot.
All right,
Well, you came to the wrong spot.
Yeah, imagine
Yeah.
I was like, oh, geez, you're here, and I'm
Just saying.
oh my god. Amy, the 5-minute timeout. You're getting muted.
That server mute on me again.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No worries.
So you guys hear me okay now?
Yeah, we got you. I heard you trying to
Okay,
get
I'm
a
gonna
word
get
in.
the recording of the Chipmunk Box voice and for you guys, just for your pleasure, okay?
All
I hear
right.
you making fun of me, all right?
Well, no, we're not making fun of you.
No, I
we're,
know. I'm only just saying.
we're
I'm
enjoying the situation.
enjoying it, yeah.
You know,
No, I'm not saying that. I understand.
We-
I wish you could figure out what the heck is going on and
We
why
just
it
wish
does
we
that.
could do it with our voices.
right?
We can do
I
a
would
whole-
totally start singing "Christmas time is here again."
We
I
never
may
did
try
this
that next time. I just may do that the next time.
Yeah,
I'd like to
you
figure
would-
out what that issue is. What's going on? Why is that
I
happening?
have no idea. It's got to have something to do with the audio settings. Like something is
Yeah.
conflicting in software wise.
Yeah, I've
Reach out to
gone through
Casper.
the settings.
It's somewhere
Okay.
it's either in the Discord
Where is
settings
Casper, by the way?
or your sound card settings.
Jeremy.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
The YouTube. I just opened up the YouTube. You have the video on to the main chat right now, not your trading screens. Just an
Oh no!
FYI.
Whoops, thanks. Yep, I'll fix that. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I was curious on what it looked like. I'm glad I pulled it up.
There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Boy, I feel special.
Happens to the best of us.
Although I did want to give a quick preview.
There's
I
no
mean,
comment section there.
not currently. We had to shut it off because I was a little bit overwhelmed with dealing with the Discord comments and the YouTube comments at the same time at
Gotcha.
times.
Gotcha. Is that something I'd be able to turn on and off once I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays? Because I'd turn it on and keep an eye on that.
You can modify it while you're streaming, but sometimes it'll crash the stream if you do. So if you
Gotcha.
wanted to, you could go and change the settings before you start streaming and make it a lot easier. That's looking like a double
Okay.
bottom, guys. Wait for it though. That
A
was
lot
a
of
throat
people
click.
in here today. That's awesome.
Yeah, we got the full house.
Whose house?
I did want to go and show kind of a quick thing. See if I can get this to work. Boop. So here's what TradingView looks like if you haven't looked already. I've changed my settings to have that dark background because I am
Okay.
like even this white border here kind of blinds me a little bit, so I gotta be kind of careful with this. I think currently this is the free version, so this is probably delayed data just slightly. But look, the drawing tool is pretty simple on this, and I can go into, I think, Ray. It's a little different. Oh, extended line, that's right. So like I can go and draw my fan lines just like I would on Webull. I just grab one and go. I even went and set the default to be blue, so it's going to look a lot like Webull. But I mean, I can go, probably infinite drawings will work on this because I don't think they give a damn how much memory you use. You can go and change the color. And pretty much everything I can do on Webull, I can do with this. In the free version, you can't do a 4-position grid, but on the accounts that we'll be opening soon, we'll be able to do a 4-position grid, and this will be what we're going to go with for our display purposes instead of Webull and TOS.
Thinkorswim. Yeah, it's gonna be clean. Everybody in Bullish Bears is gonna be using the same programs. All their posts are gonna look the same. It'll have a little tag in the corner when we share our charts. It'll say like Bullish Bears Kevin, Bullish Bears Jeremy, whoever it was that shared it. It'll be cool. It's really cool. I like with the white background when I'm sharing the screen. That's probably how I'll send them. But I like TradingView, man. I was really hooked up on Thinkorswim for a while, but TradingView's clean, very easy to use.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with it. And then I wonder if I can draw my boxes. That's another thing. Let's see here.
Maybe
The
we
only
get some
problem is that you gotta pay a monthly fee for
Yeah,
TradingView. I
Yeah,
don't
but
pay
you know
anything
what?
for TOS, you know?
you get some
Yeah.
serious drawing stuff here. Look, what the heck is a GAN box? Huh.
Yeah, so it's like if you look, I mean, TOS has also GAN fans,
Whoa!
GAN box
Mhm.
and stuff. Like you can just draw it up. That's why I was asking you the other day when you're doing your fan lines, because I'm like, oh, you know, using GAN fans for that?
It splits levels too. How cool is that?
I've never used that. I've never used
Fibonacci fans.
Yeah, I like TOS as well with those features, Ironclad.
You
That's badass because it gives you all the
Fibonacci
sub pivots within the box. That is killer. I love that. See, look how every horizontal line, because like I'm used to putting all my short-term pivots off of the control bars in any trend on the chart anyway. This does it for you with a box, so you can know exactly where your inflection points are within a liquidity zone. Dude, this is going to be awesome. I like this.
Yeah.
Let's see if it'll go and transition to a 1 minute.
Yeah, we
Oh, look
scalping
at
a
that.
short here.
Oh man, I am going to be like a kid in a candy store with this.
What
Yeah,
is that? The GAN fan?
this is the GAN box.
GAN box.
Yep. So
Does
if you
that
go into
have
your
the
drawings,
quant tool as well?
probably.
No, I haven't seen the quant tool here.
You can get all your fib levels, fib wedge, fib spread, or fib speed.
Oh my god, this thing's still
Pitchforks.
dropping.
This thing is going to be awesome to use, guys. Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to be like spoiled with some of these drawing tools.
4125 is my next pivot level.
Let me get back to our normally scheduled programming here.
Right.
So, looking at this, we are in a bear flag. We're just coming up for the last push to test previous support as resistance. If it rejects here, we will most certainly trend down to 409, and that would give us your 4125 target pretty handily. I would say it would be paused at about 4128 first, though. Just my personal.
Don't forget anybody trading a cash account or trading options. We do still have that news at 2 o'clock. So if
Yep.
you want to save your buying power, we are going to get volatile around then.
Oh baby, yeah, it's
I
gonna
might
be
even
a
call
mess.
it a day in like 30 minutes and come back. Jeremy, you down to come back
I'm
later?
gonna go to the tanning bed, and I'll be back in an hour and a half or so. So
Oh, we definitely gotta be here for FOMC.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna do
No.
my damnedest to
Alright,
get in
That's
here.
like that's a trade room mandatory day.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Right.
Everybody set your timers, set your watches.
be back here at 1:30.
Be here or be
Oh.
square.
Okay, I didn't understand what you were saying, Ironclad. Everybody has to be here for what now?
For
FOMC.
FOMC. Yep.
It's when the government is gonna come in and say, yes, we're increasing interest rates by
Interest
another
rate.
0.25, 25
Yeah.
points, and the market goes up and crazy and then goes down and crazy, and
Biggest
tomorrow is
news
the best day to trade it.
that moves the market. So
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that occur.
Aaron, I
was
just tagged you in the main chat. I posted about it earlier. I just tagged you and I replied to my comment earlier so you could see it. It's just a little rundown of what FOMC is in a
Oh, yeah,
little
yeah, yeah.
article.
Yeah, the calendar is a very important, especially when there's, Fed speakers and these guys. I mean, they move this so quickly,
Appreciate it. Yeah.
especially with the government just taking over the third failed bank this year.
I know.
two more.
FRC.
Did you guys hear? There's two more in the wings
2
potentially.
more and it's bingo.
Well,
Who
FRC.
who else is on the wings?
There was
Oh
West
yeah.
somebody. There are two banks out west, small
Yep.
banks. Can't remember. You guys remember?
Pac West.
Pac West, and there was one other that are being watched closely.
I can't
So,
remember.
you know that in 2008, when we had the mortgage crisis, right? I don't call it financial crisis, it was a mortgage crisis, right?
Yep.
The banks all screwed things up. So, when that happened, they passed some new legislations where bigger banks could not buy smaller banks.
Yep. And
But
now
there was an asterisk on it. The
Yeah,
asterisk
because
was
what happened
the
2 days
bigger
ago.
bank, the bigger banks can buy a smaller bank if they are failing.
Yep. And
That's
that's
why
how
JP Morgan just scooped up the First Republic, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's
pennies
why that
on the
other
dollar.
bank, whatever HSBC, scooped up the Silicon Valley ones, and it's just crazy, man.
Two largest. These have been the two largest banks to fail
Yeah.
in a history. I think, or the second and third largest. I think so.
Yeah.
These are nothing to see. Everybody's just like, oh, no big deal. We're just gonna. This is a problem.
Mhm.
This is a real serious problem.
Yes, ma'am. This is also, if you look at liquidity as far as compared to SPY, liquidity is going down when SPY was going up. Now
Yeah.
they're looking to meet somewhere, and when there's a liquidity issue, oftentimes things will get pushed around by the Fed to create that liquidity artificially. So there's a good chance that they might pivot on their QE and start pushing artificial inflation back into the market again, like they did for 11 years straight, 12 years straight. So this is going to be a much bigger problem in the end when this can finally hits the end of the road. But for now, they just keep kicking that thing, and this big bank failures. I think this is just a small piece of the big picture as far as what's in store for our economy. The thing that sucks is that the Fed is going to do everything they can to prevent, the so-called recession that everybody's kind of worried about right now. So I think there's a good chance that we artificially end up not seeing that recession. I bet we get into this next liquidity zone, and we keep trending and melting up. If they start talking about pivoting on their QE, I think then we will probably see, instead of tightening, they're going to start widening the gate again and letting it all flow. So just be kind of ready to be.
Don't be too bearish.
Expect
Yeah,
them
be right
to
back.
do everything they can to catch you off sides. If they're going to say one thing, they'll do another thing. It's just almost a certainty at this point. And look at these.
So we not very often sell off a day before and the day of FOMC
Right.
like we're doing today.
I know it's a weird.
That's a thing to note, right? We
Yep.
normally stay either really range bound or we go up.
I'll tell you something right now. I'm going to show you with the daily candles. What's that look like to you on the daily chart?
Oh, let me log in. I don't have your watch thing. Hold on.
I'll widen it so it's like very visible.
Oh yeah. I see
Big
that.
old evening star.
Star.
And we've
Yep.
got right
Evening star.
in that liquidity zone is where the body is for yesterday's bulk, right? So that whole fall, that open and close of that candle is right there because it hit the lower zone and bounced. We closed right at the base of that upper zone. Well, if this is going to be a 3-bar, I can almost expect FOMC to test right down to the middle of this 409.25 area with a wick on the daily and then snap right back up for a quick 3-bar, about a penny under the roof. So about, probably 414.50 or so would be the quick range on that. If it gets out of that and breaks to the upside and this becomes a full Busby where we get trend, just slap a line on it. You can find the target. A couple days later, we could be up here in the 420 range.
Yeah, because this is very similar to a setup that we had before on QQQ, and that thing just skyrocketed, man.
Right.
So I'm not, I don't know. Then again, I know they're gonna come in and they're gonna probably talk about another 0.25 increase. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happening now is like we're selling. There's going to be that 0.25 increase with okay, we're going to pause it now, and then we're going to see this thing just take off.
Rally. Yeah.
See,
Yep.
all the way through, from the beginning of last year to Q1 here, we've had diamond patterns repeating, and we've been able to nail the FOMC range every stinking time. This time we can't. We don't have a diamond.
Yeah.
We can kind of loosely place one. If we look at this, we're in the middle of it. So we're likely to come back and repeat range and do a compression into this zone before we have a full decision. So if today ends up being a nothing burger, or it doesn't break 415 or doesn't break 409, we could easily see this start to compress. So then that would kind of change our dynamic on our trend line here. So we go and set it up like this. Let me see if I can get these to work. I fiddle around with them. So this would be the compression side of our diamond. I'm going to delete some of these so I can see. Actually, that one I need to make as a long-term trend line. Let's get that purple. Okay, so let me draw this. If this gives us a diamond on compression here, focuses right at about that 409 level, and then we wait until the next FOMC meeting in the next quarter to figure out the rest of this diamond. It's going to drag it on for a whole quarter, right? Here's the expansion side. It's plain to see. Man, why is it not letting me draw all of a sudden? Like I said, I can't wait for Trading View. This is getting out of hand. About the focal point, right about here. So if this becomes a big giant diamond top, and it's at the top of a trend, it can do one of two things. This can be a compression, and you get a bullish 1-for-1. It shoots us over that 425. Or if this breaks down bearish, it retraces this entire trend, runs down to 394. So watch these next couple weeks here, and we'll see where we're at. But if FOMC ends up being a nothing burger, I almost expect this pattern to follow through into compression. Back to the lesson at hand.
Well, I gotta get going. Thank you for all that information, guys.
Yeah,
Have
man.
a good day in the market.
You too. We'll see you around. Thanks for joining us.
You as well, Ricardo.
Always a
Good luck
pleasure.
in FOMC.
Thanks. Yeah, it's going to be a volatile one, but I think I'm really thinking it's going to hold into that range. I really do.
EQ starting to push back up a little.
And we got a little bit of bullishness, but this might give us a pause on this bear trend and reject the 20 for another short.
This is going to rip in 15 minutes. I got to go back to my calls.
Of course. All right, SPY, where are we going here? We're going to reject the 20 or are we going to break it? Anyway, that purple line I was going to show you, that is actually, it disappeared. It was actually a fan line that started from here, went through here, and came through today. It straight up disappeared.
Hey, sorry about that. Guys, I'm gonna get going for a little bit, make some lunch, settle down for a little bit, seeing that we're sort of just chopping lower. I'll be back on for probably 1:45 to 2, maybe 5 to 2 for FOMC if anybody's down, wants to trade it.
Yep. I'll be back as well. I'll be back.
I'll be back. And even if
fuck.
I'm delayed slightly, I'll try to be here about 1:30ish.
I'm preparing for my vacation in Cancun next week, so I gotta go to tanning bed.
There you go.
All
I
right,
gotta
take
spend
care,
all
y'all.
the money I make this week.
There you go.
Burning a hole in my pocket.
Yep, get
Alright.
yourself some
Alright,
cocktail
Chief.
money.
Right?
Although they're pretty cheap down there. If you know where to go. That's what I hear anyway.
Nah, when I do Mexico, all inclusive, man. I pay for the all inclusive experience
Mhm.
because that, been there, done the non inclusive thing. Not that great.
Back in 2002, I took a 7-day Mexican Riviera cruise, and that was awesome. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I like cruises. I had booked one for April 5th, 2020.
Nice.
That was my cruising date,
It got kicked over because of the whole lockdown thing.
Yeah, and then we haven't been able to rebook it, and it's like it's been a mess.
Yeah. Uh-oh, we're pushing the 20.
Mm,
Got the 8 period curling up to meet it. We could have a quick V bottom off of this.
we have two trend lines. Let's see what else I'm seeing here.
We're pushing a bar. 1-for-1 takes us right up to about 410.80. There you go. Met that fast.
There you go. And we're going to 41.36.75.
Yeah, I could see that. For now, we could even tag 41.38 in this. 1 for 1 done on the or the fan here. Oh, come on. Give me my drawing. There's 1. Consolidate 1. There's a division line here. Yeah, I never had issues with the drawing tool on this until I started drawing a lot more lines.
Alright, a little pullback right here. Divergence is bullish.
Might get a 2 for 1 out of this if this consolidates and breaks the fan here.
We're reversing here. And I am in.
Right up against the 5-minute 8 period as well, and then 5-minute 200 is right here. So expect a little resistance here before we get a push, if we're going to push. Mullen here, just staying right in range. Love it.
I went 41.38.
All right, we're just on top of the fan.
So we're coming up on 11:30, right? When our
There's-
friends in Europe are getting ready to, close in their stuff.
There's some news too. What was that? 11:30. $11.30. 17-week bill auction at 11:30 for U.S. That'll be quick.
Oh no! Come on.
Hang on, we're still holding the 1-minute 8 period, and 8 period has just crossed the 20. We're consolidating under this fan line. If we hold here, we can get a quick 2 for 1 off of this. So we got 1 leg here, 1 leg here. 2 for 1 would put us up here about 410.90 on SPY. And that gives us another division line right here.
Thing is, we are hitting that trend line.
And we're just under that 8 period on this 5-minute candle here. It's just started. Previous was a Tootsie Roll. So we've got to get above that 200 and the 8 period at the same time with this bar. Otherwise, this will fail and pull back for 50%. It's threatening to right now, but as I said, just kind of wait for that third leg. If it gives you a 2 for, you might even get a 1 out of that if you wait for the bounce off of 50% retracement. Bit of a tricky time to trade. It's like, almost 11:30.
Yeah.
It's just kind of Not necessarily a hands-off time, but most of the time it's slow and grindy and hard to gauge anything big setting up in this time of day. Just average.
There it is. There it is.
Bam.
Come on.
Push.
36.75. Come on. Come on. Whoosh.
They sold it real quick, but they're not fully committed yet. That was just an algo. Got a steel doji on the 8 period here. On the 5-second chart. That little guy right there. It's going to reject.
Oh, sucker. There you go. 41.35. Keep it above 41.35. I'm good. Keep above 41.35.
I'm going to wait. This might break over.
Ah,
Got about 3 minutes and 10 seconds left on this 5-minute. If that closes a doji there, that's not so good for bulls. And 1 minute's starting to crank over onto that 8 period, so. short target would be 41.33.
Well, I'm still holding my 41.35 entry there. We're
Short
Let's
target
see.
just about met.
Yep. 41.33.50. Bingo.
Finish it. Now they're gonna whack it. Went to like 41.33 and a quarter. One tick away from that target. Almost got it. I went short at 41.35 and almost caught that. I ended up catching a rebound to 41.34, so a point. Steady as she goes, Captain, making the 1-for-1. Hammer time. 45 seconds left. Got a little tweezer on a 1 here, but we're up just against resistance. The follow through would take us to that 41.37.
Yeah, it's like you see the arithmetic account thing. I need to call them and figure out how I can get
Bam, nailed.
a dome where I can actually put in.
Ooh, 1-for-1,
And I'm out.
41.38.50. Oh, come on, finish it.
Oh, come on.
Boner. Gonna give us an evening star here, isn't it? It wicked right up to that liquidity zone. There were sellers here. They sold the crap out of that right there. Failed breakout. Watch this become a 3-bar right down to the 20 period. Come on, get after it, Bears. You see it.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna stop here. I think we're gonna keep pushing.
Yeah, we could. I'd like to see
Or
it.
we can just be range bound, like for
Right.
for a while right here. We are coming up on the 20 EMA of the RTH at 41.38. Yeah, I just flattened my thing at 41.37. I'm like 2 points is fine. I
Yeah.
have 2 contracts in it, so it's not bad.
I went short at 41.36.25, closed at 41.35.25. I'll catch 1-pointers every now and then. I was expecting a 3-bar there. I was expecting 2 or 3 points to that 20 period, but it didn't follow through. As soon as that closed a hammer, I was like, well, I'm going to sit here with my finger over that button. I'll catch at least 1 point. Oh.
Yeah, with the arithmetic account, I can only do sell market and buy market and cancel and flatten.
Right.
So it's like I'm not getting the targets that I need, right? Because on the dome, I put a buy order and I put a sell order right there, and I put it,
It finished it anyway. Look at that.
Yeah.
That would probably show up
Oh,
on a
yeah.
3-minute chart or a 2-minute
No,
chart.
I'm good. I'm good that I got out. We just broke like a little bear flag that we had on the 5 minutes. We did a 3-bar reversal and then a
Nice.
flag.
Bearish 1-for-1. Nice. Almost completed. I'd have to adjust this right to there. A few dollars at a time. I gotta make up for my bonehead maneuver yesterday. It's gonna take a
Well,
while.
yeah, that's Well, good. You're lucky that your drawdown was at $3,000, right?
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
have
If it was
burnt
a
to
50, if it was
25,000.
a 1,500, if it was a 1,500, it would have been done.
Yep. That was very dumb of me. Now I'm a little gun shy today, so I'm just like taking very, very picky setups. And
Yeah, I
smaller
did
position.
on a toss paper account once. I bought a NQ contract and I never looked back. I went to look at the paper account the other day just to see what it was like. He had drawn out $280,000 or something.
Damn. Ouch.
Yep. You see, that would have been a very costly mistake. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, that would have ate your lunch.
Yeah, that would have been.
All right, bar, doji, bar, down to 410.50. 41.32 is the target on this run. 1 for 1 would take it to 41.31. So far, our Globex low is 41.30.50, so there might be some buyers down here.
Well, we
In
already
fact-
hit that buying zone right there at the 41.31 area.
You can put
The
a little
next one
box.
I'm looking at is 41.25.
Put a little
That was
box.
a pivot. That was a pivot from yesterday. We pivoted there yesterday, and we we pushed up. So
Right. You can put a little liquidity box right here. It went right to it.
all right, man. I gotta jump on my call. Watch this thing move 7 points up.
Uh-oh. Man, look at this thing on Mullen, man. It stays right in range, does exactly target for target on control bars.
What
Like
is
I
it?
said,
What is it worth now?
fish in a barrel, 8.6 cents.
Oh,
So from your floor here, about 8.15 would have been a good entry. This is almost a 6% swing here.
yeah, I had an order sitting at 6, and I didn't get filled, so it got canceled because I did a day order
Yeah,
a few days ago. When you guys were talking about it, you and Aaron were talking about it. I'm like, oh, let me go in there and put 100 shares just to see what happens.
I was just selling puts to get in.
I'll be back.
That's been awesome, but now it's like you can't get those puts to fill for the life of you anymore. Probably because I started talking about them. Everybody wants to sell one.
All right, I'll be back.
Yeah, when you get a sign on a cash covered put, you got to realize what the loser did in that trade. Whoever bought that put, if they bought it at a weekly expiration, that's suicide. They risked 46 cents for a potential 4-cent return. Hell no. But somebody had to buy that put when I sold it. So either they were buying to close or they were buying it to gamble. And I don't see Mullen going bankrupt today or tomorrow. Yes, they did get a notice from the NASDAQ for delisting. They replied and got their extension. I think they're out to June or October or somewhere in there for their extension to get back over. I want to say it's a 50% or 50-cent limit for share price on the NASDAQ, if I'm not mistaken. It's either that or a quarter. I don't remember what it is, but I know it's not 10 cents. Long story short, it's a trader stock. It's got great price action, great volatility, great participation in it, and it's got weekly options. So I could sit here and just wheel trade the damn thing. Pretty amazed that I got those puts to fill when I sold them, and then when they did, I was just shocked. And then all of a sudden, they expired in the money, deep in the money, and of course, I got a sign on them. But I took 46 cents on a 50-cent put. That's crazy. So my cost basis is 4 cents a share on that thing. And then immediately I sold some 50-cent covered calls on that for 2 cents a piece. So, if those expire worthless, my 4-cent cost basis goes down to 2 cents. Mind you, that's take that with a grain of salt, because you can't do that with a commissioned broker. If you're going to be paying, $1 aside for options on that, that's $2 a contract round trip. Sometimes they'll add extra for an assignment fee, so that would kind of eat up a lot of that profit. You can't really do that very well with TOS, but you can with Robinhood. And if you have a reasonable margin account on Webull, you can do it with Webull as well. But commission free is the way to go with that stuff. A lot of fun. Great practice if you want to start learning how to sell options. The risk is pretty damn low in that. I mean, $4 risk on selling a 50-cent put. Dude, you could do that with a $10 account and be thrilled with the results. All right, we got a bit of a little rounding bottom here. And then also it's part of a rounding top. I'd expect this to be an actual evening star here finally on the 1-minute chart. And then we could see this thing pull off a 3-bar move, and if it bounces out of a rounding bottom, like I always say about those, they look bearish until they're not. So watch for a test of support down here about 410.55, and then we'll see if it gets to be bullish after that. And if it is, we could go right back into liquidity and start trending. Even though we have FOMC today, it is possible to start trending, so don't discount that. Realize that we did almost make it to halfway up in that liquidity zone before rejecting. We got to 412.65 here. Been trending down ever since. Now we're setting up a bottoming pattern. So, kind of be nimble, be ready to take some scalps in this, but leading up to FOMC, it'll likely flatten out, but it can still slowly melt a trend. So just kind of be DFA, trade with the trend. Don't be contrarian. Scalp it as you will. But when you see a reversal like this, also know that it can absolutely change direction and start trending. All right, didn't give us our evening star, it just straight up gave us an end pattern. That's done. Let's see if it backs off here or if it continues. We could get that melt up. This could be the reversal. Little double bottom looking. Nice double bottom looking. Got our bullish 1-for-1 done. 2-for-1 will take us up to 411.20. Let's see how she goes. All right, though, I'm going to go eat some lunch before the market eats it for me, guys. I will see you later on at FOMC time. I'll try to get back here around 1:30. Hopefully we can catch some raging price action and have some fun with that volatility. Until then, guys, we'll see you later.
See you all, Jeremy.